What up, Alpha Team? It's DJ AlphaTyler, and we are back again with another reaction. Y'all already know what it is. We checking out Topher with the track Juneteenth. Now, I know I'm a little bit late. We're continuing a long-running trend on this channel of being late to dropping reactions. That doesn't mean we're coming for it any less. We checking out Juneteenth right here. I don't know what the song is about. I know what the thumbnail looked like, and I ain't gonna say anything else about the track until we listen to it. Before we do that, a couple of things I gotta say. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below to join the Alpha Team. Don't forget to ding that notification bell to get on Notification Squad. Like the video if you enjoy the reaction. If you haven't heard the original, go check out Juneteenth. Link to the video is gonna be down in the description below. And I'm excited to see what Topher's bringing with this one. Honestly, I'm expecting a little bit of shaking the boat. I think he dropped this on Juneteenth. And so, I mean, you know, I'm expecting him to challenge the status quo. We know Topher. If you don't know Topher, you haven't been hanging around the channel long enough, go check out that interview we did a while back. Check out some of the other Topher reactions, all that. But without further ado, let's stop talking and figure out what Topher's actually saying in Juneteenth. Let's get it. To anybody who didn't see the thumbnail, any of the promotional images, any of that, the watermelon piece, that was from that, and that was what kind of are we going in a little bit of a different direction? If you guys don't understand the history of Juneteenth, all joking aside, all humor aside, Juneteenth is actually a really important holiday. It's an important acknowledgement. It is an acknowledgement of the end of slavery, and so shout out. I mean, slavery is a horrible thing. Whether, you know, it's used in a divisive way, so on and so forth, that's a different matter. I don't think that Topher is going to be supporting those divisive matters here. I think that we're going to be talking about what it actually means. So let's go.
Let's take them back down history. Why Juneteenth, the day we celebrate victory. When the former slaves heard about their liberty, won by Republicans, blacks, and the infantry.
See, and that's what I was looking for. Let me check this video quality real quick, because something tells me this is not playing at its optimal performance. There we go. Hold up. And so I do like what he's talking about right here. He's kind of going into what we're saying, what I said a second ago. You know, Juneteenth is a day we need to be celebrating a victory. Now, of course, it's Topher bringing his own little flair there. He pointing out that Republicans won that victory and everything. You know, putting his political stance in there. Y'all know it's coming though. Y'all know what Toph ain't gonna let you attribute that to somebody else or forget who it was that actually fought to end slavery in America. So let's go.
The former slaves heard about their liberty, won by Republicans, blacks, and the infantry. 54, Massachusetts showed them they could do this. Doubted their resolve, therefore Wagner went and proved it. Fought within the union in face of discrimination for equality and all to be free throughout the nation.
Hey, and that's facts though, man. Like it should be equality. It should be people free throughout the nation. Topher's absolutely, first of all, his flow is fantastic in this, but he's absolutely coming with facts in this song too.
Within the union in face of discrimination for equality and all to be free throughout the nation. Information of emancipation travels slow. Confederates that wouldn't let them go. So General Granger gathered troops, hit the road and headed west out to Texas to let the people know. A General Order number 3, he announced they were free 2 years earlier in 1863. Yeah.
Yep, and he's pointing out right there. So the historical, I believe, now I might be wrong on this, the reason Juneteenth is June 17th, that was when Texas actually found out 2 years later that slavery had been ended. I think that's what he was just talking about in the song. Now, one thing I do want to rectify in here, there is a historical narrative that kind of gets misconstrued. A lot of people point out that, you know, the Emancipation Proclamation ended slavery. It did not. It ended slavery in Confederate territories. It did not end slavery in the Union. It was never meant to. That was not what it actually set out to do. And you can look, I believe, Rhode Island. I can't remember the other states, but there were Union states that actually maintained slaves after that point. After slavery was ended in the South, even. Fun fact.
That day became known as Jubilee. A federal holiday is what it grew to be. Juneteenth, Juneteenth. I ain't mad at you, gon' do your thing. I just wanted you to know why you celebrating. It ain't cause of Democrats, nah.
I like that's even in the hook right here. Know why you're celebrating. It ain't cause of Democrats.
Juneteenth, Juneteenth. Might not be for the reason you think. Party switch is a myth. It never was a swing. Now you understand, let us sing. Cause something you might not know. Slavery in the state still wasn't through. Kentucky, Delaware never seceded. The 13th Amendment.
Kentucky and Delaware. That's what I said. Rhode Island. I was mistaken. Delaware. Shout out to Topher for getting his facts straight. Let's go.
Still wasn't through. Kentucky, Delaware never seceded. The 13th Amendment was passed and completed. Let's go. To show appreciation towards President Lincoln, James and John Johnson wrote the song in his singing. A sound full of hope from the harmonies ringing. Not the separation that we all see that is bringing. Cause of the NAACP made it all about race and not unity.
Facts though, man. I'm getting chills listening to this. I love the thought of equality. I truly do. And, you know, shame on my home state, too, because, I mean, you know, he mentioned Delaware and Kentucky. I don't want to gloss over that. Y'all know I'm from Kentucky. That is one of the darker pieces of history that gets glossed over, too. But, again, both Union states, neither really impacted when everything else went down. And so they weren't subject to that. They still had slaves at that point. You know, shout out to Topher for keeping it true, but I love this message though about the NAACP made it about race. They didn't make it about unity. They didn't try to bring us together. It was about, okay, who's black, who's white. It was still about, you know, you got to think after slavery was over, we still had segregation. We still had, you know, so many issues that we had to look at. Instead of looking at let's all be the same, we were still looking at differences, and a lot of us are still looking at differences today, you know. Shout out to what he's saying right here. Democrats today still trying to point out inequality, still trying to funnel inequality, still trying to funnel differences rather than reconciliation and unity. Come on.
Black national anthem, it never should be but division, what they want to see. Look, the flag colors are red, white, and blue. This red, green, and black is not for me or you.
Facts though. He say, hey, the flag's colors are red, white, and blue. He's saying there shouldn't be a black national anthem. He's saying we don't need to be under a different flag. We all need to be one people of one nation under one flag under God. You know what I'm saying?
The flag colors are red, white, and blue. This red, green, and black is not for me or you. So let's come together, all races and hues. Lift every voice and rejoice in the truth. Juneteenth, Juneteenth. I ain't mad at you, gon' do your thing. I just wanted you to know why you celebrating. It ain't cause of Democrats, nah.
I love this, man. He's saying he ain't mad about Juneteenth. He's saying I ain't upset about it. Do your thing, man. Celebrate Juneteenth. Just understand why you're celebrating. Understand the real history that led to this point. Come on, dog.
Juneteenth, Juneteenth. Might not be for the reason you think. Party switch is a myth. It never was a swing. Now you understand.
Oh wait, what was that? What was that? What do you say about the party switches?
For the reason you think. Party switch is a myth.
Party switch is a myth. My guy. I love Topher, man. Topher is a beautiful human being, for real.
Was a swing. Now you understand, let us sing. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmonies of liberty.
Yes, yes.
Juneteenth, Juneteenth. I ain't mad at you, gon' do your thing. I just wanted you to know why you celebrating. It ain't cause of Democrats, nah. Juneteenth, Juneteenth. Might not be for the reason you think. Party switch is a myth. It never was a swing. Now you understand, let us sing.
Man, that was my boy Topher with Juneteenth. And more than anything, just shout out to homie for bringing history into the mix, bringing the actual historical facts into the myth rather than getting caught up, or not into the myth, into the mix, rather than getting caught up in all the myths and misleadings that tend to go hand in hand. I love this song, man. This is a song of unity. Honestly, this is one of my favorite songs that's dropped in a while. And I stayed away from it because I didn't know like what direction we were gonna go, how much it was gonna hit. Well, I stayed away from it because I haven't done reactions in a little while. But you know, when I looked at it, I was like, are we gonna react to this? I'm glad I did, because 100% like first take, I'm glad that we share that. Like this song has such a strong narrative. So many people need to push this out because there's such a honesty and such a vulnerability in this song. This is a beautiful work. I mean, shout out to Topher for this one 100%, because this one right here, this is how you do accuracy. This is how you spread unity. And you spread that message. We can all come together. We don't have to be separated. We don't have to be divided. We don't have to be, you know, on opposite ends of the spectrum just because we look different, just because we're pushed different. Understand your history. Understand what actually led up to it. And also understand where this all went wrong. Understand why we're fighting today over race and separation and pushing each other apart rather than just coming together. That's all I got for this one. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me for a minute. If you haven't checked out the original, make sure you go check it out. Link is at the bottom of the description. Get over there, like, share, and subscribe on Topher's page if you haven't already. If you enjoyed this reaction, do the same over here. That's all I got, though. I'm DJ AlphaTyler. I hope you guys are staying safe, taking care of yourselves, and I'm going to catch you guys next time.
Scared's right, because the managers won't take their balls. Grab your balls, you a grown-ass man. Whining and crying like it's a part of your plan, can understand. Yeah, you're rapping that you go hard, rapping with no bars. Reckon you a joke, only ripping off the real stars. I got the diabolic rhyme, and you know we're gonna have one hell of a time. Stick a sip of the shot, I'm incensing your mind. Been on the sideline watching, aging like a fine wine, inferno in your mind, like Dante in the 9-9.